Hi, I'm Sandy, and welcome to another day in Life with Sandy. Check out this chiropractor if you live in the Clinton Township area. Well, excuse the crappy looking hair, but we are on our way to the gym with Jim. Now, Mary, do you have any big plans for the day?
Me? None.
Well, we're going to the chiropractor first, and we're going to the gym, and then remind me, Jim, we got to go put some money in for David into his account for his truck payment.
Oh, yeah.
And because Jim co-signed, so he wants to make sure that bill's paid. And then that's about it. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, good afternoon. Today is Friday, April 21st. I had to think for a minute. And once again, I got my black glasses on. Maybe if I keep my head down. Keep my head down, don't look at the camera. Anyway, I just don't feel like getting up and changing my glasses, so you're going to have to put up with the glare today. But today is Friday, April 21st. April's almost done. That's almost impossible to believe. But anyway, we have birthdays today. Today is Beverly Sanders' birthday. So Beverly, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Beverly. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Gabby Campbell's birthday. So Gabby, that should be my name, Gabby. I seem to talk a lot. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gabby. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a great, great birthday. But we also have an anniversary today. Today is Doug and Joan Stetzer's anniversary. Joan at Joan's Point and Play. Today's their anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope you both have a great anniversary. I know they went for a hike today. Shh, don't tell anybody, but they got lost. Joan sent me a little text that she got lost. I think they were only going to walk like 2 miles, and they ended up walking 4 miles. But it happens. It does. I was telling her that I remember one time when I was coming out of a shopping center and I went to get in my car. My car wasn't there. And I thought, my car's gone. Somebody stole my car, because we've had more than one car stolen. And so I called Jim and I said, the car's been stolen. He said, no, you probably just don't know where you parked it. And I go, no, please, am I that dumb that I don't know where I park my car? Of course I know where I park my car. He says, I'll be right over. Before you call the police, I'll be right over. I said, okay, I'll wait for you. So then he came to pick me up and he said, well, let's go look for your car. And I go, yeah, like the robber's going to say, oh, I didn't like this car. Let's park it on the side and then we won't have to worry about, taking it. He said, let's just look. And I go, fine. And then we got into a big argument because I'm thinking, you think I'm that dumb that I don't know where my car is? And I'm going, la, 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 the whole time. And then he says, there's your car. And it was my car. I came out the wrong door. We found my car. I remember when we were younger, when you tried to get a better parking spot. Now I don't care how far away I park, but like back then you want to be like the best spot in the front. And like he would see a spot, but it'd be in the next lane, and I'd get out of the car real quick and run over, and I'd stand in the parking lot, in that parking spot, and not let anybody park in there. They'd try to pull in, and like, well, I am not moving. You're going to have to hit me. This is my spot. Nowadays, you can't do that. You don't know if somebody can pull a gun out and shoot you. So, anyway, I did that more than once. Held the parking spot. Thought I was a car, and I wasn't. One time I was riding my bike, and I rode up to the McDonald's drive-thru. This was a long time ago. And they wouldn't take my order because I wasn't in a car. I'm thinking, what difference does it make? They said I had to come out because I was a safety hazard, which I can understand that, I guess. But a motorcycle can go in. What's the difference? But so anyway, I as you saw earlier, Jim and I went to the gym. It was funny when we went to the gym. There was a great big sign before you went into the women's locker room. Attention, men at work in the women's locker room, because the steam room has not been working the whole time I've been going since the beginning of March, And it kept saying it was closed until further notice. And so they finally got somebody in there to fix it. Men, of course. Well, how else? My thought was, this is a Friday, which I think is going to be a popular day for people to go to the gym. And why wouldn't you have just had them come, like, because they're open 24 hours. The gym, this particular gym is open 24 hours. Now, I realized that they would have to pay premium pay for somebody to come, like, after hours to fix the steam room. But anyway, so there were men in the women's locker room fixing the steam room. And it was just so typical. It was just so typical because after the people got done working out, the way you go is like there's the locker room, and then as you're walking to the locker room, the steam room is on the left, and then on the right is the restrooms, and then just one more over is the showers. All of the young, gorgeous-looking bodybuilding women that went, when they went to take their showers, brought their backpacks into the shower room with their, and hung it on the hook, and then they took their showers and got dressed in the shower and then came out. All the old women like me, you want to look, you go ahead and look. I took my shower, wrapped myself in my towel, and walked right past them to my locker. I didn't really care because I'm thinking they were younger guys. I mean, they were probably in their 30s, 20s to 30. There was two of them, maybe their 30s. Could have been their 40s. When you get to be my age, people look young no matter what. But they're not going to take a second look. And if you're going to get excited to see a wrinkly old, saggy old body of a 72-year-old woman, here I am. Take a look because I didn't really care. And there were a lot of other women my age there, and they had the same attitude. But all the young girls, because they know that those would be the ones that they'd be like sneaking a peek at. They get dressed in the showers. And really, how can you get dressed in the shower? The shower's still wet. They managed, somehow they managed. I don't know how they did. Or some of them might have even gone into the bathroom and, went behind the door of the bathroom. But then even the stalls, unless you went in the handicap stall, it's not really, the stalls are just big enough just to do your business. But I thought it was kind of funny that's, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and obviously us old women, we don't think that we're going to be the eye that you're going to be looking for, the beauty or whatever. But you should look at the body. I carry many a scar on my body from all my age and all my trials and tribulations of my whole life growing up. But somebody was asking me what I got in the package from the government, and I don't know, so I thought we'd open it together and see what we got. I think it's something with the COVID thing, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Let's check this out together and see what it is. Because I didn't even know they were sending anything. Yep. I was right. It's just a home test kit. They actually sent 1, 2, I think there's 4 of them. There's another one. Let's open the other end. I'm almost positive it's just going to be the same thing at this end. But we'll check and make sure. I'll throw this away anyhow. Yep. More test kits. I'll get it out. 3. There's 2 test kits in each one. Boy, they must think that I'm going to be coming down sick really quick. 2, 4, 6, 8 test kits. Well, there's 2 of us, I guess. The results in 15 minutes. Knock on wood, Jim and I never had COVID. So hopefully we don't have to worry about that. Well, let me just stack them up here in case we ever need them or somebody I know needs them. I'll have them. I don't know why they sent them out because I thought they said it was officially over, although it's not. Nothing's ever officially over. But, so we opened that and we saw what that was. My video got up really late yesterday. I know some people were saying that they were wondering if I was going to put a video up. Usually I get them up earlier lately because I haven't been showing you my food. I have been doing well, although I have to say I did so much better during Lent, during birthdays. I really did because I don't know why I was put that down, Sandy, playing with it. I had my thought. I didn't have cake or anything during people's birthdays, but last night I did. Danny picked for his ice cream mint chocolate chip, which is one of my favorite ice creams. I do like it, but I don't buy it because I didn't know anybody else liked it, and I don't need that in my house tempting me. So when he picked it, I did have 2 scoops of mint chocolate chip ice cream. It was really, really good. But then I had 2 brownies. I'm thinking, why? Oh, and then I've told you before, I pride myself on, I'm going to say I'm an excellent cook. I'm not, and I know that sounds like I'm bragging, and I am, because I am an excellent cook. Maybe not so much, I'm not to say that I haven't made my mistakes along the way, and I am no like Gordon Ramsay or any kind of like Martha Stewart or anything like that. But I am fully capable of cooking a big meal like that and having everything come together at the same time and having everything hot at the same time. Because last night we had the roast, we had mashed potatoes, and I had roasted carrots, and I had roasted mushrooms. I had a roasted onions, corn, green beans, peas, broccoli with creamed cauliflower and biscuits. Now, side note, I've said this many, many times. I am not a biscuit person. I cannot bake up without burning it. A homemade biscuit, not even a homemade biscuit, a Pillsbury biscuit, or one of those little turnovers or the roll-up things, the crescent rolls. None of those. So whenever we have a big meal like that, I always just buy the Hawaiian rolls that are already. All you do is just you can either eat them. Well, I never heat them up. We just eat them cold. The Hawaiian rolls. They're like a sweet roll. But Danny wanted for his birthday. He wanted the Pillsbury fluffy crust biscuits. And I thought, oh, Danny, why are you asking that? I should have taken a picture because they look magazine cover picture quality. They were perfect. They were like perfect. They were the perfect color. They were golden brown. They weren't burnt. And even when I sat down, and Aaron always makes fun of me in a nice way, but Aaron always makes fun of me as far as how my biscuits are always burnt. There's always like, they're a little bit black on the bottom. And I've even tried like flipping them. I've tried putting them on parchment paper. I've tried greasing the pan. I've tried not greasing the pan. I've tried everything, and they just don't work. It just doesn't work. But for some reason yesterday, so when we sat down, I kept saying, did everybody see my biscuits? Then I'm holding, did everybody see it? Did everybody get a biscuit? Does everybody eat? It's just like, okay, Sandy, you mastered the biscuits today. What, will you do it again next time you make them? Probably not. But I was very proud of myself. Everything else tasted really good. I mean, they always tell me, it tastes really good, even when it's not. Although the one time when I made the tacos and I used the extra spicy hot taco seasoning, and then Oliver had said, "Oh, Grandma, this is awful. I feel like my face is on fire." Nobody liked them because they were. I loved them because I do like spicy foods. Although I don't know that I'd like Indian food, because when Valerie Reese was showing her thing when she went to India, that food looked really spicy to me. I mean, how can food look spicy? But it just kind of, like when she was saying what the ingredients and things were, it just looked a little bit too spicy for my taste. I've never had Indian food or Thai food or Korean or Japanese. I've had Chinese, but really, that's not really true Chinese. I've had Mexican, but I haven't really had like really true Mexican. Taco Bell is like Mexican, but it's not Mexican, if you know what I mean. But I do like a good spicy food. But my roast I had got from, I didn't realize that when I got it. I had ordered from Butcher Box. I had ordered a pot roast and a regular roast. I forget what the other kind of roast was called, but a regular roast. And I had a shoulder roast in the freezer anyhow, because I had made 6 pounds altogether of roast, because I had like almost 20 people. So, that 6 pounds is like, no, it wasn't even 20. I had 10, 11. Well, I had 18 people. I guess that's pretty close to 20. But so anyway, when I was thawing them out, Jim had happened to notice that the one roast, he said, "Did you realize that this one roast is fully cooked?" And I'm, "What are you talking about, fully cooked?" He says, "It says right here on the label." And I looked at it and it said fully cooked. I thought, this is kind of odd. But for a fully cooked roast, you still had to cook it for 75 minutes, which I know is way faster than a regular roast. The way I make my roast is I make them the night before. I only cook them for about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half covered in the pan. And then the last half hour, I take the lid off, and then I pour a jar of gravy over the top, and then just kind of roast it in the oven for half an hour. And then the next day I slice it as thin as I can. So, and then the gravy that I made from the drippings, I pour over the top of the roast, and then I just reheat it for maybe a half an hour in the oven. And it comes out so tender and so good, and it's just really delicious, if I do say so myself. Once again, break that arm, Sandy, break that arm. But anyway, how did we get in this subject again? Well, while I'm trying to think about it, Edie was saying on her I was a couple days behind on videos, but I was watching her video. Sorry, Edie, I didn't mean that. Her video, and she was saying how Michigan weather, she gets it right afterwards. That's the same as my cousin in Duluth. Whatever he gets, it kind of drifts its way towards us. We don't get it as bad as him, but we can always know. And then my cousin who lives in Toronto, she gets it from us too. So, oh, now I remember. See, sometimes I just got to get a little sidetracked, and then it'll come back to me. But I was saying that all during Lent, I was really able to stay on my plan and just really stay dedicated to it. And I didn't have cake or ice cream or anything like that. We went to the mint ice cream, but we don't need to go back into that again. I did tell Danny to take the mint ice cream home. I didn't want him to leave it here. But then he pointed out that we're doing David's, Aaron's, and Kathleen's birthday next Thursday. So could we maybe just keep the ice cream here so he'll have it for next week? So I said, okay, I'm not going to be tempted by it because we're going to keep it for next week. So I did that. But I kind of went a little crazy yesterday between eating those gorgeous biscuits. That's how we got onto that subject. I had a really good biscuit. And they were like the big grands. That's why they're called grands, because they're big. I had that. And then I had 2 brownies. And I had the mashed potatoes. I had the cream cauliflower. The cauliflower would be, good enough, I guess. But the way I make the cream sauce for the cauliflower is I don't measure. That's the thing. I just eyeball it. But I pour milk in the pan, and I bring the milk to just almost to a boil. And then once it's almost to a boil, then I put some Velveeta cheese in it, like the black cheese, not the sliced cheese. Probably about that much cheese, I guess. And then melt that down. And then once that's melted, then I just throw in some Mexican shredded cheese in there, just a little bit to get the cheese sauce. And then I pour it out. Once again, not a dietetic cauliflower, but it's so good. And so I had some of that. I had my broccoli, and then I had melted cheese on top of my broccoli. So nonetheless, I kind of, I was feeling kind of bad last night. And I thought that, if I'm going to let the bad days that I make, and it wasn't really a bad day, but it was poor choices. If I'm going to pick the days that make poor choices, then I have to realize that I have to appreciate my good days as much as I dislike my bad days. We all think of our bad, and I don't mean like bad days. You know what I mean? When you made like a poor choice on food, maybe ate a little bit more than you really wanted to eat, or ate stuff that you didn't really think you wanted. Well, once again, I'm going to quote Edie again, because she said she's tired of hearing people say that, like after 3 bites, food doesn't taste the same. I agree with Edie. From the first bite to the last bite, it tastes just as good, to me at least. The only bad thing about the last bite is that there's no more. And I know that's terrible. That's just terrible to say that out loud. But I just really do feel like that. If I'm going to eat a brownie, I know the first 2 or 3 bites, you're getting the taste of it, and then your brain says, okay, I know what it tastes like. No, my mouth says, you know what? Keep eating. Keep eating. It tastes good. It tastes good. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. And so then I run into problems with that. But once again, portion control. That's my problem. But I just think that sometimes I dwell on the bad days so much that I don't appreciate the days that I've done really well. I could have done really well. Let's think about it. I did really well for 8 weeks because it was 7 weeks in Lent, and it's been a week since Lent has been over. At least in a week. Yeah, over a week. So for 8 weeks, I did excellent. But why am I concentrating on just yesterday? One day out of 57 days, or more than 57, we'll say 65 days. 65 days, I think I did really well. And then one day I did poorly, and I'm going to dwell on it? No, I have to really just, if I'm going to consider a bad day and really harp on it, then I have to think of a good day and harp on that too. So I've had a lot of good days, and yesterday wasn't a really good day as far as food choices. And That was yesterday. And yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's... Who sang that? I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know. But anyway, what else was I going to talk? Oh, my Weight Watcher app was screwy today. I don't know what the deal was with it. And then I started to do a live chat with them. And because I was paid up. How did that work? Oh, I decided to renew. I did decide to renew. I was all paid up. And then today I noticed in my checking account that they took out $24.95. Before I was paying $15 or $15.95. I was paying $15.95, and today they took out $24.95 for my payment. And that's why I contacted Weight Watchers, and I said, no, something's wrong with this because, blah, blah, blah. And then they were telling me about all the deals and stuff that were going on. And I was thinking, I know everybody's going to the Healthy Bites, but I've been with Weight Watchers my whole life. Let's face it, my whole life. And really dedicated to it since December 31st, 2016. I know the plan, back of my hand, I know the plan perfectly. I like the tools that they give me. I do like doing the meeting highlights on Mondays. I do like tracking my food on the app, which I know I can track on a Healthy app. I understand that too. I know Healthy is way cheaper. I know all of the ins and outs of the app. I've been investigating them. But I thought, no, I'm going to just stay with Weight Watchers. So then I contacted them to figure out why they took that out, because I thought I was good until May 5th. Well, no, I wasn't. Today was the renewal date or whatever. So I hated. I probably could have called somebody, but I did the video, not the video, the chat online, which I hate because it takes forever and ever. And I was talking with somebody named Kelly. And then for some reason, not on her end, my end, my phone kind of started acting screwy, and I went to back out of it or something, and somehow I completely backed out of the conversation completely. So I waited till I got to the gym just before I started to go exercise, and I contacted them again. They were able to pick up the conversation because I guess they keep a record of it. And so we were talking back and forth, and we found a plan that's going to work for me. It's just going to be $15 a month for life, and I can quit at any time, but I'll have all the same tools. It's 95 cents cheaper than what I was paying. So, I'm fine with that. But then I was concerned that I was going to lose all my data and my weight and everything because I had it all tracked in the app, and they go, oh, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine with that. And so I said, oh, okay. So we got everything all situated. I did my credit card, which I did the wrong card. Now I got to go into that because my card expires on April 30th. My debit card expires April 30th. So now I got to go back in and change it for when my new card comes. But anyway, you don't really care about that, do you? But so we get it all done. We get it all situated. She gives me a link. She gives me the code numbers I got to put for the, for the deal and blah, blah, blah. I get it all done. So I get it all set in there. I log back in. She told me to log in with the same username, the same password and all that. Everything. She says everything will be in there. And so I said, okay. So I did all of that. Waited a minute. Went to look at the thing. None of my weight is listed. Now, I liked that feature of the app was it listed all of my weight so that I could keep track and see when I had good weeks, when I had bad weeks, about when I had difficult times. And it showed my total weight loss to this point. It showed none of it. Zip. Zero. None. I was beyond pissed. I was not going to say that, but that's not really a swear word. I was really mad. That's to say the least. I was really mad. So I thought, oh, just forget it. I'm just going to go exercise. So I put my earbuds in, got my phone, took my phone, got my music, went, got on my bike, and started riding my bike. And then I thought, let me check it. So then I checked it, and then it did start, some of the numbers started coming in. So I thought, oh, okay, it just took a minute. It just took a hot minute for it to work. I'll be fine. So I finished my workout and went in the pool, took my shower, flaunted myself in front of the workers who didn't bat an eye. I thought, just keep walking, you old geezer. Keep on walking. We don't need to see that sight today. So I got back into my locker and got dressed. And then when Jim and I were driving home, I look at it, and now it has all my weight listed. But when I was when I first signed in, it asked me what my last weight was. And I put what I weighed the last time when I weighed myself last Monday, which was 244.8. So I put 244.8 into the slot. And when I signed up for the app. And then when I was driving home with Jim, it didn't show the 244.8. It showed the previous week of 247 because I lost 2.2. Yeah, it showed the previous week of 247, but it listed today's date. So I thought, oh, the app is just screwy. It'll correct itself, you know. But it wasn't showing at that point. I would have lost 57 point some pounds, but it just showed no weight loss at all. It just showed 57 pounds. So, okay, I'll just give it a hot minute. So now, just before I started filming, which has been like 7 hours since not 7 hours. Oh, that's 5 or 6 hours since I did all of this. Now it shows. No, I take that back. On the way home, I thought, well, it's not going to show my total weight loss unless I put my original weight in. So I put my original weight of when I started at 304.2. I put the 304.2 in, and then it shows how much I've lost up to 247, not the 244.8. So it's kind of cheating me out of 2.2 pounds of my total weight loss. So I thought, I'll just wait and just see what it says in a couple hours. And so I got home, ate my lunch. It would have been lunch by the time I got home. It was about 2 o'clock. I had a salad with some cottage cheese, and I had a little bit of feta cheese on it, and I had a couple olives and my dressing and a hard-boiled egg. But I eat the egg on the side. You know I don't like an egg on a salad. But now, just like a little after 5, I went on the app again, and it shows my weight all the way down from, what do you call it? It's weird. Here's a screenshot of what it looks like. It's just weird. It doesn't show my total weight. It just shows like how much I lost. Like if I weighed 245, at one point if I weighed 235, it lists the 247, and so it shows I only lost 12 pounds from the 235, but it doesn't show, from the 304.2, it shows the 59.4 that's the correct amount of loss. So I don't know if it's just, I'm confused. I'm just so confused. So I'm just hoping that it fixes it itself, because I like when I show you my weight, I like it to show how much I lost that week and how much my total weight loss is, just for my own references too. And plus the fact that I sent the copy of that to Sue Slims Down, because Sue and I show each other our weight privately each week. We text each other because we're in a little contest to see who can get. We were both in the contest originally to see who could get to 100 pounds the first person to get to 100 pounds. And we both were in the 95, 96 pound range. And we're both right neck and neck again. So we followed each other right down that tube to bring us down to, because I think I'm 59.2 total loss, and I think she's like 59.4 or something like that. So we're still neck and neck, just like we were back in the 90s, weight-wise, not the year. But so I guess I'll just wait till tomorrow, and if not, I'll contact Weight Watchers and see what the heck's going on. I don't know, but anyway, I'm still reading my book. I'm kind of slow with this book. I don't like it. I think the reason I didn't read this, I love this author, but I bought the book when it came out because I love her so much. But Valerie Reese got to meet her in person. But I think because it was 500 pages, it kind of threw me off. I like a quick book that I can finish in a day or two. Now, I could finish this like in 3 or 4 days if I really put my mind to it, but I just kind of am drifting off because I think I'm not only, but I mean, I don't read it that often. 213 pages, so I'm like almost halfway through. But oh, that's Jim's. I'm wondering why I got that card in there. I was trying to figure out what that card was. It's his doctor. But anyway, that's gonna do it. Another long video. Apologize again. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody would like to see it. What do you think? Do you think Weight Watchers are going to fix that up overnight? Or am I stuck with the way it looks? I hope I'm not stuck with the way it looks. But we'll see. Talk to you soon.